Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with another live, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. I'm just chilling, enjoying my break in this beautiful Philadelphia fall type weather, man. Gotta get back at y'all with the boxing talk. You feel what I'm saying? We on the road to 3K, well into the 2,200 mark, about to hit that 2,300 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. All right, y'all, this is a subject that I just been feeling like hasn't been really dying down lately. You know, we pretty much been running in circles, just addressing the same topics over and over and over again. People keep asking me the same exact questions over and over again, man. So I'm gonna just address it on this video, and then we just gonna leave it alone after that. Even when I try to do different lives, I try to speak about different topics, because at the end of the day, man, the reality is we not always going to get what we want as boxing fans. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm speaking about the Jaron Boots Ennis situation. And Jaron Ennis versus the 147-pound division in general. You feel what I'm saying? So let's just get into this whole subject, man. Jaron Ennis has been having a pretty eventful career ever since signing with Eddie Hearn. You know what I mean? He had been facing a little bit of inactivity, you know, lawsuits and all that other stuff. He was able to get that out of the way. He signed a partnership with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing. You see what I'm saying? Since then, he's did an event at the Wells Fargo Center. You know what I'm saying? Had a great turnout, 14,000 people in his arena debut, which was a pretty good thing. Went and fought David Evanesian. Dismantled him, was able to get the stoppage. He put on a sensational performance. A lot of people in Philadelphia were satisfied with his performance, and a lot of people have been anticipating his return to the Wells Fargo Center. You see what I'm saying? Jaron Boots Ennis since then has been exploring the possibility of going undisputed, and he's been calling out all of the champions, man, in hopes of, unifying his next fight. He said that he has sent offers out to Brian Norman, Stanionis, and Mario Barrios, who are the other champions in the welterweight division as of right now. And since then, he's been facing a lot of obstacles, a lot of, I mean, that's what you would call it. A lot of obstacles, a lot of difficulties in getting fights made, specifically with Brian Norman, you know what I mean, and his team just not wanting to smoke. You know what I'm saying? We could call it whatever you want to call it at the end of the day. You know, they could call it a money issue. They could call it a setting issue. Maybe it's both. But the reality of the situation is, they got the highest career payday that they've ever been offered. They've been offered the most money that they ever, have been offered in their career. 17 times the amount that they made in their previous fight. They turned down the fight. You know what I'm saying? They said they'll accept that money in a different venue. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to be in Vegas. They try to control the setting, and they're trying to come home with at least $1 million. You know what I'm saying? When they didn't even make nowhere near $1 million in their latest bout. You see what I'm saying? So overpricing themselves. Just trying to control stuff. They're the underdogs. They're the B side, but trying to control shit as if they're the A side. You know what I'm saying? Why the hell would they try to fight anywhere else other than Philadelphia when they found their niche? You know what I'm saying? If they sold 14,000 seats in their debut, there's a strong likelihood that they'll sell even more and they'll generate a higher gate and things like that. Why would they want to gamble the possibility of them not doing as much in Las Vegas? You know what I'm saying? So these guys not really making business sense, man. The reality of the situation is they don't want to smoke. And, Barrios, I don't know exactly. I think he got something in the works or something like that. He just had a kid, so he's not too optimistic about fighting Boots at this point in time. Stanionis, he's ducked Boots several times in the past. You know what I'm saying that he needed a tune-up before Jaron Ennis and stuff like that, and then try to backdoor Jaron Ennis to fight Keith Thurman. That event got scrapped. Regardless, man, I'm just giving you guys the background of what's been going on with Jaron Ennis. Going up against the 147-pound division, man. And listen, like I said, this is the reality of the situation. None of the other champions in the division want that smoke with Jaron Ennis, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, he's over with Matchroom Boxing. He got Boost Promotion. So, with Stanionis and Mario Barrios being PBC fighters, or at least being involved with PBC at this point in time, I said this on multiple occasions. There's going to be a likelihood that these guys face each other before they face Jaron Ennis. Why? Because PBC has a history of doing fights in-house. They like to do things in-house. They don't like to reach out to other, networks unless it makes the most sense possible. You know what I'm saying? So, that doesn't seem like that's too realistic at this point in time. And I already spoke about the Brian Norman situation. They ducked, but then they try to make it seem like it was because of Eddie Hearn not wanting to pay them, when they got 3 different offers and they were significantly more each time he came out with an offer. Went up as high as $1.6, $1.7 million. And they made it seem like that was not enough, or, they was being cheap and they was lowballing, when in reality, they've only made a career high of $100,000 in there until that point. You feel what I'm saying? So, look, man, with all of that being said, this is what I want to see happen. You know what I'm saying? And I understand. Look, I'm a big Jaron Ennis fan. Big Jaron Ennis fan. I already told you guys, my favorite fighters in the sport of boxing is the 3 Bs. Boots, Benavidez, and Bam. I rock with them dudes wholeheartedly. You know, if you guys want to call me a fanboy, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it, man, it's cool. At the end of the day, I'm a fan of these guys, and I support whatever they want to do. And Boots has been pretty headstrong about becoming undisputed in the welterweight division. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it takes 2 to tango, man. It takes 2 to make a fight happen. And if these guys are not optimistic about fighting you, and, you know, if you offering these guys career-high paydays and they still looking the other way, there's only so much that you could do. So at this point in time, it's like, all right, man, like, Jaron, they over here trying to force you to fight somebody that you just beat last year. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a competitive fight at all. 120, 108 across all the scorecards. Absolutely dominated this man while he refused to engage with you, was just trying to, you know, survive essentially for the, you know, the whole 12-round bout. You know what I'm saying? He went over to Germany or wherever he's from, beat 2 nobodies, and all of a sudden he's the #1 contender for your belt. You know what I'm saying? That's all he had to do. When you know, the IBF has, you know, as of lately been mandating fights that nobody really cares to see, whether we talking about the Karen Boots rematch or the William Skull and Canelo Alvarez fight. Listen, man, don't nobody want to see this shit. No fan is going to buy into that, and that's really a step back to what you currently want to do at this point in time. So what is it that you're going to do, Boots? Are you going to fight this man, Karen? And then on top of that, they won the purse bid. So with them winning the purse bid, Karen's promotional team and them, they get to dictate where the fight is going to take place. So most likely, they're going to bring you over to Germany. They're going to bring you over to Germany in their setting. You know what I mean? It's going to be their promotion. And, you know, if it's any type of close rounds at all, you know, they're going to do whatever they can to give it to Karen. You see what I'm saying? So it just sounds like an iffy situation overall. You know what I'm saying? Now, I believe Boots beats Karen 100%. 10 times. If they fight 10 times, Boots will win 10 times. That's not the issue at all. But you know how slimy boxing is, and, you know, you going into foreign territory right now, and they the ones who bought the rights for the fight. You already know they want their fighter to win. They're trying to do whatever is in their best interest. They want to put their fighter in the best position possible to defeat Jaron Ennis. You feel what I'm saying? Because they knew that when the last time they fought, it wasn't really competitive. So you already know they're going to try to do things to try to get the upper hand. You know what I'm saying? The politics is a motherfucker in the sport of boxing. You feel what I'm saying? So, look, man, the Boots Karen 2 fight we don't want to see. You know what I mean? None of these other champions want to fight you, man. Barrios, Stanionis, Norman, none of them guys even want to step in the ring with you, regardless of how much money you offer these guys. And you offering these guys big paydays. You know what I'm saying? $1.7 million is not a bad payday when, you know, when you guys like Brian Norman and shit like that haven't made nowhere near as much as that. You know what I mean? I don't know how much Barrios done made in his career. I don't know how much Stanionis has made in their career, but I don't think these guys will make them type of paydays fighting each other. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's safe to assume at this point. So, man, listen, Boots, I understand you might have the same type of tribulations and trials at 154 pounds, but you might have to take that chance, my brother. I think you might have to, you know, get rid of that IBF title. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you choose to go fight Karen out in Germany, that's your prerogative, that's your right. You already know I'm going to be supporting you all the way. However, considering the circumstances of what you're going up right now, you going up against right now, I think your best bet is to honestly go up to 154 pounds and just see what's up there for you, man. 154 is one of the deepest divisions in the sport of boxing. There's going to be a lot of smoke. It's definitely deeper at this point in time than the welterweight division. You know, I heard that they had offered Charles Conwell, you know, a fight with Jaron Ennis and stuff like that. If that were to happen, that would be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? I think that Charles Conwell is a dangerous fighter. And he's a pretty solid contender in the 154-pound division. If they was to make that fight happen, wouldn't complain at all. You feel what I'm saying? Definitely wouldn't complain at all. But, you know, 154 as a whole has a lot more credible opponents than 147 pounds does at this point in time. And as boxing fans, we want to see the biggest competitive fights possible. And I think the more competitive fights at this point in time will be at 154 pounds. And I think that, you know, I think this will bring a whole different type of motivation out of Jaron Ennis. I know he's going to be upset with how the way 154 came about, and, you know, I'm sure he wasn't satisfied with how the way things turned out in the welterweight division. So he's going to take it out in the 154-pound weight class, which I look forward to seeing. And I just think that's his best move at this point in time, man. The politics of boxing, you know, continuously finds his way to Jaron Ennis, man. There's nothing that could really be done. These guys don't want to fight, and it takes two to tango, like I said. So hopefully Jaron Ennis, gets rid of that IBF welterweight title. It is what it is. At least you became a champion in the division that you debuted in. And, look for the new champion in your career at 154 pounds, man. That's at least what I want to see. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. Should Jaron Ennis stay at 147? Should he explore the 154-pound division? Should he take on Karen? Should he vacate the title? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. This is Mazuma TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm out of here, man. Peace.